Welcome to Haken, an Animal Crossing podcast, your podcast dedicated to all things Animal Crossing. Episode 183 is brought to you by Optimal X, Michael P., and Farmer JJ, some of our newest Patreon patrons. This week, Nina, Sergio, and I are going to quickly cover some of the latest news for Animal Crossing, and then answer a bunch of the Haken Islander Corner questions that we've asked over the months. So to begin, hello Sergio, how are you doing?
Hi Chuy, I'm doing pretty awesome. You know, it's cloudy here for once. It's very nice. It's not too cold. I wish it was colder, but it's cloudy. I'll take what I can get.
Nice.
Yeah, funny. We've had a lot of overcast days here lately too.
Nice.
And usually they just come right after I wash my car, so
Oh.
it rained a bit. Hi Nina, how are you doing?
I'm doing really well. I have, let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 days left of school.
Yes, counting
Oh, wow.
down is the best place to be in school life.
I'm so
That's
ready.
That's like my favorite thing,
Yeah,
for reals.
yeah.
Yeah, well, that's awesome. I'm glad. And similarly to you, wait, are you counting like actual school days that you
Yeah,
have
just
left?
school days. Yeah.
So no weekends or anything?
No. Should I be counting
Well,
the weekends?
no, I mean, that's total days you have to wait, but I don't think that's a big deal, you know?
Yeah.
Like me, today I was like 10 days left. That's all I have to go back into work, and then I'm full-time content creator now.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, so we're close on my end.
Yeah.
So
Nice.
yeah, 10 days, 9 now that I'm done with that first work day. So we're pretty close. So yeah, let's hop into this quick news roundup that we've got for you. I mean, surprisingly, we've gotten a little bit of news regarding Animal Crossing. The first one is more community oriented, and that is that players have found a new glitch that they are using to sit in water, hot tubs, in a bunch of items. And basically, I've seen how it works, and you kind of just put a flat item down, like the puzzle is what a lot of people are using, the unfinished puzzle item.
Oh, yeah.
And then you terraform things around, like the water, the cliffs, and everything. And then you make it so you climb down on top of the puzzle, and that glitches you through into the water. So a lot of people have found some really cool uses for this. The most interesting that I've seen is people actually using it to place things in the center of tables, like the big 2x2
What?
tables, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of people have been wanting like the function that we have inside where we can kind of like place things like in the middle of those big tables. People are using this glitch to do that because they can walk into a table and place something like that.
What?
So yeah. So the one danger I did hear about this, and this was from a little tweet that was sent to me by a friend, and it was a Japanese player who said their file got corrupted after
Oh.
doing this glitch. So the other thing is, so that's one thing to look out for. But I just learned a new trick recently on Twitter as well. And it's that you can actually check your games in Animal Crossing for corrupted things, or just like on your Switch in general.
Right.
So if stuff is corrupted and you kind of like, you go to the home screen, you press plus on your game, you can, I think there's like a check, like you go to manage software or something. I don't remember. But you can actually check for these corrupted files, I guess. I don't know exactly how to do it, but if you do that, you can fix it and potentially save your town from getting like deleted. Luckily, you know, the other surefire way around this is that we finally have cloud backups, right? So
Yeah, that's true.
So, I mean, if you pay for the online, that's one safety measure that you have in place. I kind of had that a problem where my game was crashing when I'd walk into my house.
Oh,
So,
yeah.
so I was kind of worried if it would like, you know, get deleted or anything, and I'd have to recover it from one of my previous saves. Luckily, that's a thing. So, Yeah, be careful with the glitches you play with. Way back in the day, I did the fourth tier glitch, and I I made a video about it and said it's something that's possible, but I did take it down from my place pretty soon. Just because I was like, I don't know what's going to happen when this
Yeah.
game updates. Is it going to break my game? So as long as the game continues updating, I would be a little bit wary of
Yeah.
these things.
Hmm.
Yeah. So, the next piece of news, another really quick one. Build-A-Bear apparently has winter outfits for Isabel and Tom Nook as well.
Build a
They
bear.
are so much better than the summer ones.
I
And
swear, every new thing they come out with just makes me angrier.
so, what makes you angry with this one?
I want the winter one so bad, and I wish they had been available on the very first, go around, so that I could have chosen. And it's like, build a bear. Why are
I
you
know.
making this so difficult?
I know. And it doesn't stop there. They
No.
want to keep it difficult by not even letting us buy the outfit separately. You have to
Wow.
buy the
Wow.
entire bear. And this makes me worried, Sergio. Like, if KK Slider is really the next one, like, he's going to be naked and no outfits. Like,
Yeah.
there's just not going to be any. And I feel like that's their thing, right? Like, that should be the thing. But it seems like these special characters that they team up to make, like, just kind of get this treatment where they don't quite get some customization options for them, you know?
Mhm.
And perhaps that's like due to body shape, because, Pokemon, you're going to get a lot of strange body shapes in Pokemon compared to, like, their standard bears and everything.
Mhm.
So, yeah, I get it. I get that. But, like, Isabel and Tom Nook don't seem like they should have that kind of issue.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
And I
Yeah.
have seen that some people are starting to make custom outfits. Like I saw someone make the really cute, like green gingham dress that Isabel
Oh, yeah,
wore
yeah.
in Amiibo Festival, right? Isn't that where that's
Yeah,
from?
yeah. She has an amiibo card with that outfit. Yeah.
Yeah. And it's
Hmm.
adorable. So I'm moving away from Build-A-Bear, gonna start looking on Etsy for these outfits.
Yeah, honestly, I think that's the way I'm gonna have to go too, because it's still the $51 for each of them, and I'm like, that's not
Yes.
what you should be paying for just the outfit change. Come on.
Mm.
And it kind of makes me wonder, like, are they really making more by doing two separate bears like this, or are they just like, would they make more if they just made the outfit? Because
Nah.
I think of all of their bears and everything, and this is probably years of like studying their customers and everything. Maybe people just like don't buy the outfits as much as they initially thought.
Mm.
But like of all of them, Animal Crossing it's all about customization and changing the outfits of everything.
Mhm.
And I have a little story about that a little later, but maybe I'll say it now. I've been spending a lot of time at Harv's Island just dressing up my
Oh
characters
wow.
and finding them new clothes to
Aw,
wear.
yeah.
So I feel like we need outfits. We need them to be separate for them. We need a tree sweater. That's the one thing I said at the beginning. Like it breaks my heart that it's not there.
Man.
The a tree with, well, it's actually a Haken sweater, and all
It
of those
is.
letters are silent.
Well, and it also makes me wonder if, like, okay, so I think back to that initial opening where people were in the queue and on Twitter talking to each other, and the people who got into the queue first were like, "You guys, it's just Tom Nook and Isabel." This is back before we knew who it was supposed to
Hmm.
be, what they were going to be wearing, and stuff. And if it had been all of these options that we have now, I feel like people wouldn't have jumped or quit out of the line like they were. People were like dropping out left and right because they couldn't believe it was only Tom Nook and Isabel, which, they do need to add more. But if they had had the other outfits and I don't know, if they had just had a little bit more, it, they probably could have made more money initially. I mean, I don't know. I'm not a market, plush analysis or whatever.
The thing with that is, like, I don't know how they could have possibly made more. I mean, if they had outfits, yes, they would have made more money for sure. But like, they still sold out at that point.
Yeah.
And I don't see that happening with this new set. I think like we could probably log in right now and order them. I will say the one thing that you're kind of upset about too is that they came out with versions on the Nintendo Store,
Oh,
like the
yeah.
store.nintendo.com, that are cheaper because they don't have the sound effects.
Yeah, I didn't even
with them.
want the sound effects.
So they're $44 instead of $51. I mean, not a big difference, but
No, but it does
$12
feel a
overall
little
if you
better.
get them both, right?
Oh, gosh.
Currently, they only have the summer outfits, so if you're looking for those winter ones, Build-A-Bear's still the only place to go for those. But I kind of expect these to get to the Nintendo Store as well later.
Right.
Probably just they need to order enough to have their own own stockpile to sell.
Yeah.
So that's one thing. Like, I think if I got really desperate one day and just spur of the moment felt like I needed them, I would wait for them to show up there. It'd be cheaper, but like you said, Nina, people are making incredible custom things,
Yeah.
and I think that just might be the way to go, regardless.
Yeah. Okay,
Yeah.
I just double checked. You can add all of them to the bag at the moment. The old ones,
Every single
the
one
new
is
ones.
available.
Yep, every single one.
So this makes me think they're in stores now too, I'm guessing. I would guess that they're probably in stores now, so if you want that experience, it's there. And you could probably get the cheaper versions that don't come with the music or the voices, even though I wanted the voices, Nina, so
I
I'm not
know.
upset about it.
So it doesn't look like you can buy it without the music. I'm gonna see if I can find like in a store near me. But I'm not sure. I'm not seeing anything
Yeah.
there. It's just interesting. I don't know. It's not making sense to me.
And I kind of wonder, is this what they meant by a new character?
Oh,
Or are we
gosh.
still going to see another one come up?
Oh, wow. I didn't even think of that.
I still kind of doubt it because they were very specific that it was one new character. At least their wording felt like it was going to be one, right? So I think since this is two, this is probably not what they were talking about. But yeah, I am. I don't know. I don't know what to expect now with Build-A-Bear.
Yeah.
But that said, I guess now that the complaints are out of the way, forget Build-A-Bear because we have some other plushies that are much more exciting, I think, than all of
They
these.
are.
They're the ones from, is it Sane?
I guess. I don't actually know this company.
I think so.
I've heard nothing but good things about their
good.
plushies. People tend to say they're like really good and like them over the Build-A-Bear ones, and it's easy to tell. So they are coming out with a collection of 6. This feels like a real collection. Build-A-Bear calls theirs a collection. This is a collection.
Yes.
But they have 6 characters. There's Flick, CJ, Pascal, Gulliver, Celeste, and Blathers. And already I'm impressed. We have 2 new characters, Flick and CJ. And the rest of them are just solid picks. Pascal, Gulliver, Celeste, and Blathers. All of them are well-loved characters here.
Yeah.
I saw them and immediately I knew I need them all.
wow.
My friend who sent it to me, I think they were actually the first to tweet about it because they kind of like stock these retailers pretty frequently and try to get, just some cool merchandise from stuff. So they sent it to me right away and they said, these look amazing. And I agreed. And I don't know. I have him on the lookout now for whenever they go up on like PlayAsia so I can import them. So
Yeah.
that's the one caveat here. They're, as far as we know, they're going to Japan, because
Right.
Japan gets everything, all the good stuff. And we don't know if they're coming over here.
Right.
So, yeah, I mean, I hope so. Personally, I want them all. Like I said, it's like easy easy for me to see them and just be like, "Yep, I need them. They need to be in
Yeah.
my life." What do you both think of these this actual collection, I should say?
Yeah. No, they look very nice. I'm definitely in for Blathers and for CJ, but
Mhm.
like you, I kind of want them all. We gotta see the
Yeah.
prices. It's a good thing that it shouldn't take that much shipping for a plushie, but we'll see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sergio, I love that you want Blathers and CJ because I want Celeste and Flick.
Oh, nice, the
Oh,
opposites.
you both can match together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's perfect. I'm actually surprised, Sergio. I thought you would have said Pascal.
Oh, yeah.
Close third place for sure.
Okay.
Awesome. Well, that's cool. I'm glad you both have your favorites. I can't choose. I just think they're all so cute, so I'd have to get them all. Definitely. So I guess the last little piece of news, we had some bad plushie news and some good plushie news, but the last bit of news is actually music related. And anybody who doesn't know Ska Network, I need you to stop what you're doing. Even if you're listening to us now, just stop. Just go listen to their Animal Crossing Ska album that they just put out this past week. It's incredible. It's basically ska renditions of a bunch of different Animal Crossing songs. Some of them are the theme songs. Some
Hmm.
of them are KK Slider songs. One of them, of course, is KK Ska. So it's just so good. I've been listening to it pretty much all day, every day since it came out.
Nice.
Um, a really cool track they redid was KK Bassa, which is
Yes.
fan favorite. They did
Hmm.
the lyrical version with Milana. Milana is the singer, and she is actually somebody who streams on Twitch and everything. She's a Splatoon player, plays a bunch of different games. Very kind individual, total surprise that she sings to me. So I had no idea. um, but yeah, really great album. Check it out. Ska Network, wonderful name. They are the CEO of Ska on Twitter. So yeah, pretty fun one. I guess before we move into, our big topic for today, Nina, you had some updates regarding Keel Hall and another island, right?
Yeah. So I over the past couple weeks have really had a hard time finding time and motivation to play Animal Crossing at all. And just have been kind of down a little bit, so haven't really been much of anything. But the more time I spent away from the game, the more I realized I was getting more anxious about how many days had passed that I needed to catch up on, because you guys
Hmm.
know that every once in a while I do like the backwards time traveling. If I miss days, I don't like to miss days. So I go back and I play them, even if it's just for a couple of minutes or to see who the special visitor is.
Right.
Um,
Mm-hmm.
and so I was like, oh my gosh, I have to do 2 weeks of really quick backwards time traveling. This is so much to do. And I don't want to miss red. I'm always trying to find red. And this afternoon, I just like, I was like, okay, I don't have to play every day. And I hit that little sync to internet time button and I just played the day as it was and it felt so good. So I don't know. I just wanted to share that because I know a lot of times people are, kind of get in your own head about playing this game that's supposed to be relaxing, and I was forgetting to be
Mm.
relaxed about it. So I don't it was just really refreshing to play again on a regular day and not have much to do and for that to be okay. It was nice.
Yeah, and honestly, I like that. I like that you're back just on real time and okay with like skipping days, you know?
Yeah.
I think that's like a big step to get to in Animal Crossing, I'd say. It took me probably about 2 years in New Leaf before I
Mhm.
was finally like able to not log in every day and just feel like okay with it,
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you know?
yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, I'm still logging in daily in New Horizons. I'm doing not very much, to be honest with you, these days, but that all said, like, I'm still I don't know quite when I'll reach that time when I won't log in for a day,
Right,
you
Yeah.
know.
right.
But I probably got pretty close recently. There was one day where I logged in very late at night, and it was just to, give a little walk around, make sure everybody
Mm-hmm.
was doing all right, even though I was gone all day.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Well,
so,
the villagers
yeah.
were really sweet about it too. They were like, where were you eating really good kinds of food? Like, where, I hope you had fun. Like, there was no guilt tripping, which was really
Yeah.
nice. They kind of were just worried about me and were glad to see me again. So it was nice. I needed it.
Yeah. And that reminds me too, like you both know, everybody who listens know, I play like a pretty completionist style Animal Crossing.
Mm-hmm.
And in order to complete this game, you actually have to not play for a month in order to get the
Wow.
secret bedhead. Um, so yeah, there's a secret bedhead hairstyle that you
Yeah.
can only unlock if you don't log in for a
A
month.
whole month. Wow.
Yeah, so at some point, I'm gonna have to not play for a whole month. I don't know when that'll be, but when it does, you all will know.
Well,
I'll have to let you know.
does it unlock just per character though?
Yes, I think it's only
Okay.
per character.
Mm.
Because my other characters have unlocked it because
Yeah.
I haven't been logging in as them. And so I've seen them with that secret haircut, and I'm like, wow, I probably need that.
But I guess you could just not log in as Chewy for a month. You could still keep playing and you could
Oh
just
yeah,
use your
yeah.
other characters.
Yeah, that's true. So, I mean, I could play it, but at the same time, I attribute my little character to me,
Yeah.
so it's hard.
Yeah.
It's hard for me to bring myself there, you know. Yeah. So I think you had another little bit of
Mhm.
news regarding some islands.
Yeah, so in my little gusto to get playing again, I also restarted my Southern Hemisphere town, Fox Cove again, which has happened before. I really enjoy the beginning of the game, and so on my second town, I often do restart it again just to get that like little cut scene in the beginning guitar music in the background. It's so
Yes,
nice.
yes.
But
Mm-hmm.
I like for Fox Cove to have an orange airport because, foxes are sometimes orange. And I know that's just in my head for fun, but I like it. It has taken me like all afternoon to get an orange airport, and it just got me so frustrated. At one point, I did get an orange airport, but it also had a kangaroo. And I know you guys
Oh,
really like the
what?
kangaroos. I don't like the kangaroos.
Which kangaroo did you get? Was it Sylvia?
Is that the purple one?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was Sylvia.
Oh wow.
I'm
Oh,
so sorry.
Sergio's so mad at you
I
right
know.
now.
I'm so sorry. I just couldn't do it though. I couldn't do it. I don't mind like any of the fruit. None of the fruit are hard restarts for me. And I just wanted an orange, an orange airport. But it just got me thinking about why isn't the airport customizable? There could be so many cute opportunities for teals and pinks. Like the airplane can say the same. I don't care. Just the little building could be customized and it would be amazing. It would have saved me so much time. And like I just got an orange airport that I'm pretty sure I'm okay with right before we started
Mm.
recording. So it's been maybe 4 hours now.
Yeah, I mean, you had to get that experience again, when you and Tab were up all night trying
Oh,
to get the right island.
me and Tab. That's what I was trying to relive. Relive our night. Oh my gosh. It's just I don't know. And it also makes me wonder, like I started even Googling like how to get certain color airports. Like, do I need to answer a question differently? Or is it, the four corners of the map? There's a
Oh
right, left,
right.
top, bottom. I was trying to see if maybe one of those correspond to an airport color. No, it's just totally random. So I don't, it was frustrating. And I want to customize airports now. That's the moral of the story.
Yeah, that would be pretty nifty for
It
sure.
would.
Just having the building customizations in general, we haven't really gotten that since, I guess, Happy Home Designer, sort of, right?
Right.
Yeah.
We That's the one thing I would have thought would expand from New Leaf slash
Hmm.
Happy Home Designer, but I guess not. I guess maybe the 2.0 update with Lottie. That's gonna do it.
I hope so. I hope so. That'd be so fun. Like even in New Leaf and Happy Home Designer, where we really were only picking from like three choices, four choices of what the exterior looked like, even that like minimal amount of change would be so welcome at this point.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, definitely. I see
Mhm.
Quantrell saying, I told y'all we need the Happy Home Designer
We
update.
Yeah.
I
do.
agree. I think it would add much more to the game than Brewster. And I know it's going to make people
Mm,
upset, but I'll be honest with you, it will.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
think it builds on what exists in New Horizons kind of better than
yeah.
the, yeah, I don't know. I think it being a game that so freely lets us change everything, I think just adding more design gameplay features to it and just going all in on that gameplay style, it would do a lot for it.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'm pro that.
So sorry for my little rant there, but that's my updates.
Hmm. That's cool.
Nice.
Awesome. I guess I don't really have too many updates. I think one we'll kind of go over in this next section to some extent. Sergio, did you have any island updates?
Not too much, but nice thing happened this Saturday. I got done nuked for seeing KK. I got the second to
Nice.
last one.
Oh,
Wow.
the 60
Yeah.
shows?
Mm-hmm.
You're doing great. I'm at 50 after this last one,
Oh
so I'm like
wow.
10 weeks behind you there.
Oof.
Yeah.
I haven't looked in a while.
I've got a long ways to go for that accomplishment.
Wow. Is it 100? Is the last one?
I think
I
it
believe
is.
so. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. We're going to have a big celebration on your island, Sergio, when you get to
Ooh,
100.
I'm down. Yeah.
You got to start marking it off though so we know which one is
Yeah.
actually 100.
Yeah. Well, it counts for you.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Uh,
Yeah.
yeah, it still counts, so you can keep up. Well, that's awesome, Sergio. I'm glad you're there. You're way ahead of me, and I know I'm 2 weeks behind where I should be as well because I missed a couple weeks
Right.
in the last little spree. I just kind of forgot.
Oh man.
Yeah, it's a bummer. Um, cool. Well, I guess let's go ahead and hop into our last little segment here. We are going to answer a lot of the Haken Islander Corner questions that we have asked on this show over the last few months or so. I once again have forgotten to ask a Haken Islander Corner question. And to be honest with you, I'm having trouble coming up with more of them. I feel like, what haven't we asked at this point? So, if you are a patron and have something that we want or that you want to answer that we haven't asked yet, feel free to send them our way. We love the suggestions. We're happy to ask us any questions that you send for everybody as well. So,
Mhm.
yeah, that'll be a big help. I feel like we're running dry on this well for a little bit as far as like new things don't pop up, you know. So let's go ahead and start answering some of these. The first one is the one we actually asked last week. How would you revamp the
Mm.
holidays in New Horizons? You want to start here, Sergio?
Yeah, and I would do two things. Definitely new DIYs for each holiday, at least a couple, and then one new item or at least a different color of a previous item.
Mm.
If the event had items, most of them do. So it would be nice to get a new item, but I'm okay with a different color of a previous item. But definitely one of each at least. One DIY, one new color variant for each holiday. That would spice things up a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that would definitely do a lot. I'm kind of along that same line, but I want just new DIYs for every holiday as well, but just like a bunch of them. I don't want just one. I know. Speaking of Quantrell a little bit earlier, he wants the festival ones to be actual DIYs.
Yeah.
So I agree as well.
Yes.
I also want those to be actual DIYs that we can collect and use because I have a bunch of feathers in my closet just in case, and I don't like to be the just in case hoarder in this
Yeah.
game, but it creates that in me. Um, so yeah, I agree. What about you, Nina?
I'm kind of okay with the major holidays staying somewhat the same. They've always been the same, so you get that kind of nostalgia playing the same thing over again. But I was so
Mhm.
surprised recently at how much fun I had with Rovers May Day. And I think it'd be really cool to see more of those kind of random interactive getaway holidays, and they could
Hmm.
be hosted by Rover again, or they could be hosted by Cap'n or Turtimer, where it's like we have a big blank slate coming up of summer non-holidays that just are kind of nothingness. So I'd like to see more of these like random ones that take us by surprise and either give us a maze or give us a task, or I don't know, something fun and interactive.
Yeah, yeah, and I agree. I had a lot of fun with Rover's thing too, and just having a little, I guess, break away from your island's kind of nice
Yeah.
too. You
Mhm.
know, like something that takes you to a completely different setting is it makes it feel fresh in a way that I guess, being on your own island doesn't really. The plaza's all dressed up and everything, but unless you decorate around the place, it doesn't feel too much different outside of that space, you
Right.
know?
Mm.
So, yeah, kind of a built in, fixed up space is really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the next question, who, I love this one. Who is your village villain and why?
This is an old
I'll
one.
actually, yeah, this was one from way back. I don't have one at the moment. Last time I answered Marshall because of his grumpy face. Um, the one who I would have considered the villain recently moved as well, but Judy was
Oh
was
wow.
the villain. I knew she was up to stuff. I don't. I could never really bring myself to trust her completely. So when she decided to move, I said, "Okay, yeah, get out of here."
It's because she didn't have pupils. You can't trust anyone without pupils.
Yeah, and the eyes were just too sparkly. I was just getting some vibes. So it felt threatening.
Each sparkle is a secret.
Exactly. A secret that she stole
Oh wow.
from whoever she killed last. Who
Oh my
knows?
gosh.
I guess Sergio, who's your villain on
Oh
your
man.
island?
So this is tough. I like to imagine I have a good relationship with all my villagers, but I have to pick one. So I'm going with Eric. I like the guy. He's nice, but I don't know. He's a little weird, and he sends me these like weird letters pretty often. Usually they don't even have presents, so it's just his weirdness, which again I
Oh.
appreciate, but I don't know. He might be coming on a little too strong.
Poor Eric.
Yep, I get that. He's evil.
Gosh.
I'm just playing. What about you, Nina? Any villains?
It's kind of, and I love her so much, but I think mine is Hazel. She's one of my favorites. I know, Sergio, one of the Islanders that we actually agree on. Hazel's amazing, but I can never find her, and I think she's avoiding me on purpose. She's like never in the shops. She's never in her house. She's never in someone else's house. She's never in the museum.
Oh
Like,
wow.
she just soars off the island. She flies away. So I think she doesn't like me. Plus, she's really hard to dress. Like when I do find her and try to give her gifts, nothing ever looks perfect on her. I haven't found her style yet. So
Hmm.
at the moment, she's my villain.
I like that. I think she'd be a fun little bit villain. I like the little
Yeah.
tiny characters who've got
Yes.
big evil personalities.
The squirrels are so small.
They are, yeah. So the next question here, this is another one I've had a lot more time to think about it. If you were to commit to a theme on your island, what would you do? Nina, let's start with you because, of us, you have the pirate theme.
Hmm.
It's going strong. But what would you do?
Well, my answer builds off your answer, so you actually need to go first.
Oh, okay, sure. I will go first then. I have gotten it in my head now that I want to do a summer camp themed island for my island, I guess. I think as the weather is warming up, last summer I spent the entire time terraforming and re-terraforming and doing all of this building around Haken, so I didn't feel like I got those big bushy green mountain vibes that I wanted during that time. But now that I've been pretty set on the layout that I've had for a long time, so I want to start doing some stuff. But a lot of this really stems from the fact that funny enough, I've been spending a lot more time on Harv's Island than my actual island, and it's because I sit there trying on different clothes on my villagers. I found a lot of them look really good in the explorer outfit, like the
Aw,
shirt.
yeah.
They look so cute in it. I've given it to Pearl, Grizzly, and Deirdre so far, and they're adorable. But just like seeing all of my little villagers dressed up as little scouts, it's put me over the edge. I'm like stocking up on the outfits so I can just give them to them whenever they're not wearing it. I'm just like, no, you have to wear this. This is a camp now. You have to be dressed for work. So yeah, that's kind of my inspiration there.
Are you putting them all in the same color outfit?
Yeah.
Okay. Which one?
Yeah, they've been in the same color so far. I've only done those three. I haven't tried it on the rest of mine quite yet because I go pretty thorough when I do this outfit thing. I keep a list. I literally have them try on everything in every color that I
Oh
own.
my gosh.
So it takes me a while to dig through the entirety of the catalog, right? And so now I'm just like, all right, next trip there, I'm just going to pull them all out and put them all in this Explorer outfit. I've been doing the green one for them because it kind of works
Oh,
with their like colors very well.
in the tree sweater.
Yeah, and I want them to really, blend in with all the trees that I'm about to plant in Haken.
Oh my
They've
gosh.
got to be real invisible there. Camp Haken,
Camp
Quantrell,
Haken.
brilliant.
That outfit
Yeah.
always reminds me of the bad guy from Jumanji, the hunter that goes
Yeah,
out.
he is terrifying.
He's so
I love that guy.
scary.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's
Well, sorry.
yeah. Go for it.
Okay.
Since yours builds off of mine.
Yeah, so I would think summer camp too, but I would want to go like on a wilderness explorers tangent.
Mm.
That's the scouts from the movie Up from Pixar with the little
Hmm.
Russell who does his like caca. Like he's so amazing. I love Russell. And I would love to set up different like badge earning stations all around my island
Ooh.
so that like one
Yes.
station you can learn how to make a campfire and one you can learn about different creatures and one you can learn to tie knots, and I just think it'd be really fun to make those signs and to make up what the badges look like. I don't know. And plus, there's so many good camping themed items in this game, probably because
Hmm.
it's deserted island themed. So I feel like it wouldn't be too tricky.
Yeah, and now that you say that too, like I've been playing a lot of Cozy Grove, and you play
Oh
as a
yeah,
little spirit scout, and they have these really cute designs for their badges that you
they
earn. So
do. Yeah.
one of the big things there is like, getting your little scout badges and stuff. And I'm just like, oh, you could design all of these little outfits with little badges and put a little sash on them. Oh, it'd be so
Oh
cute.
my gosh, everybody in
So
sashes. Yes.
camping theme, that's coming.
Hmm.
Nice.
Yeah. What would you go with, Sergio?
I was thinking, and this was a decision that I kind of struggled a little bit before we knew what New Horizons even was. Like, I thought about a beach resort type island or
Mhm.
town, I guess, before we knew it was an island. But now that we know what we have in New Horizons, there's a lot of things that could be really cool for like a beach type environment. I mean, we have the sand flooring, which we can put anywhere. Even now with the glitches, like having rivers or man-made pools that we can actually swim in, that'll be like pretty nice. And there's a lot of items that are related to the beach. There's also, since we can do a lot of like floor decorating with patterns, we can like make different types of pools. I mean, we
Yeah.
cannot go in them per se, but they look very nice still. So yeah, like a beach resort or like a beach island, that would be very nice.
Yeah, and honestly, that fits so well with just like what the game is, you know?
Right.
And I do feel like a lot like the camp theme, there are a lot of items that really work that
Yeah.
with that beach setting, so I don't think you'll have a problem at all
Yeah.
as far as decorations go.
Oh, plus some of the villager homes kind of look like bamboo huts almost, with the straw
Yeah.
roofs and the straw siding. So that could be really cute all around the resort.
Ooh, nice. Yeah.
Mm, yeah. I love it. I love all of these themes. I want to I want to just do it right now. That sounds fun. And I feel like part of that just feels like a way to reinvigorate the game for yourself too. Like
Yeah.
True.
just coming
True.
up with like, "Oh, I'm being kind of bored with what's going on my island. What theme should I do?" You know?
Hmm.
So, well, the theme doesn't have to be everything, and you can really always do your own thing. Sometimes it just really helps kickstart whatever is in your head, and
Yes.
it, brings out a lot of the fun in the game for sure.
Hmm.
Yeah. So I guess the next question is, we've talked about this one pretty in depth. Is this okay? Is the real time clock an important part of Animal Crossing to you? For me, yes. A simple yes. I think it's just like, kind of a crucial part of how the game runs and works for me. So
Hmm.
I think I'll always be on the yes, uh, I guess, side of things there.
Hmm.
What about you, Sergio?
Yeah, no, I'm totally with you. I don't think it's only important, but I think it's just essential. It's needed for what Animal Crossing is. As far as right now, I'm open to spin-offs that kind of deviate from that, but it has to be the spin-offs. I think the mainline games, you need the real-time clock. It's what makes Animal Crossing different from a lot of similar games because it's the only one that has this mechanic, and it since it does that, it's the only one that has it. It runs with it very, very well. So
Hmm.
I think it's necessary for sure.
Yeah, I agree. What about you, Nina?
Yeah, I totally agree. It's an integral part to the game. And I know I've talked about this before too, but the real-time clock is what keeps me coming back to Animal Crossing. All the other kind of life sim games that I play, the day is too short and then it starts to feel repetitive and then I'm not relaxed when I play anymore. It stresses me
Mm-hmm.
out to get things done on time. So, yeah, the Animal Crossing is a real-time clock.
Yeah, I totally. It's just that.
Mhm.
Um, cool. So the next question for both of you: what is your favorite item to craft and use? Sergio, what do you think?
I'm thinking the shovel, and it's only
Oh.
because they keep breaking, and like whenever it rains, there's gonna be extra flowers everywhere, so I gotta use the shovel to get them out. And yeah, I think the shovels are gonna break, but I don't mind making more. See, I have this like it's kind of like a path in my island. It's like a section where I have tools, like extra tools, just to grab them whenever the other ones break. And
Mhm.
I have basically two of each except shovels. For shovels, I have four because I know
Oh.
I'm gonna need a lot of shovels pretty often. So yeah, I don't mind making them when they break, but I like using them. Because I'm cleaning up the place basically when I'm using them.
Oof, yeah. And the rainy season is coming.
Oh man.
Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, for me, I found I use a lot of shovels as well. So I totally get that sentiment. And the hard part about it is like they take the hardwood to craft,
Yeah.
and so I noticed like very quickly that that was the material I had least in my inventory.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
So every once in a while, I just have to go and chop for that hardwood specifically.
Right, right.
Yeah. What about you, Nina?
The net for me. I think that there's
Ooh.
so many things you can do with the net. I love catching bugs. It's my favorite thing to do. Plus, like, it's, event, almost every event, lots of events. You got to catch
Yeah.
feathers, petals, snowflakes. You got to catch little wisp goats, ghost chunks, or whatever, whatever those are. You can whack your neighbors if you want. Like, the net is such an important tool in Animal Crossing. So, plus like the little fireflies you can catch on the summer nights. I love the net.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Uh, Funny enough, I guess I'm the only one who didn't go with a tool in this sense. I said the country fence.
Mm.
I think I found overall, like, that's probably the thing I'm crafting the most in this game and using all over the place. It's kind of a tie, I guess, between the country fence and the stone fence. I think I use the stone fence a little bit less, but both of those are the ones that you'll see all throughout my island, wherever you look. So, yeah, that's my pick.
Nice. I mean,
Yeah.
it's technically a tool, right? You hold that little hammer when you're
That's true.
fencing.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. It does work just pretty differently from all the other things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Hmm.
yeah. So, the next question is, which do you like better? Indoor decorating or outdoor decorating? Nina, do you want to start us off
Oof.
here?
Yeah, I have to go with outdoor decorating. Um, just because of the freedom it allows in this game and how novel it is in this game still for me. Like alone in Kill Hall, I have a spa, a library, a graveyard, a lavender field, a pirate camp, and a tourist spot. So like obviously I've spent some time outdoor decorating. And it's just it's so different and so amazing and I yeah, it's outdoor for me.
I love that. Sergio, what's your
Nice.
answer?
Oh, this was such a difficult question. Because in one hand you have interior decorating, which I think a lot of us tie with the rest of the series. The
Mhm.
previous games only had interior decorating for the most part. So there's that, but then New Horizons introduced exterior decorating, and it did it so well that it's a lot of fun, and there's a lot more potential and possibilities there. But I'm gonna have to be a little bit old school, I think, and I'm gonna have to go with indoor decorating. Not only because it's been more tied to the series overall. Personally, when I think of decorating in Animal Crossing, I think of interiors. You have more options with color. I guess we're also more familiar with that. And I'm also more of an indoors type of person, so I would rather decorate a room than the exterior of a house. But that's just me.
Hmm.
Yeah. You know what? Funny enough, I went with indoor as well.
Oh.
And it's mostly just because I'm better at it. And I think there are also like a lot of freedoms that we have that aren't available to us in the outdoor decorating mode still.
Right.
I do like the whole mode where we can just like press down on the D-pad and do like the over the head decorating, for everything.
Yes. Hmm.
I like that we can place things on walls. I like that we can place rugs. I think there's just like a lot of layers that are possible with indoor decorating pretty naturally with the space. Um, I think it's really cool to work within the confined area, to the extent where I'm like, oh, maybe I should like block off a certain amount of space in an outdoor area and say, all right, I've only got this much room to work on something to kind of, work around those confines because I think that's where a lot of creativity tends to happen, a lot
Right.
of creative solutions for that stuff. But I think indoor just already has that built in for me. So it's easier for me to just grab that and do that,
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think outdoor decorating is great also because there are trees and bushes and a lot of greenery that we can put out. Like, I still feel like we need more greenery items to place in this game, as well as food items and a bunch of stuff that I think would make a lot of spaces feel more complete in that sense, you know? But yeah, if I wish we could place trees inside. That would be amazing.
That would be cool.
I would fit so many trees inside of a room. It wouldn't it would not be functional as a room.
It'd be really cool if they were like almost like a wall item where it'd be like half a tree that's like coming out of the wall or in the corner or
Yeah,
something.
Ooh.
That'd be cool.
I'm down. I definitely want that. Yeah. Cool. So, I mean, a little bit of a shorter episode for you all. I mean, if you couldn't tell by this last little section, we're getting to that point where it's a little bit harder to come up with stuff to talk about. Hopefully, you know, E3 is around the corner. Maybe we'll see some Animal Crossing news, especially considering June will mark the end of the last update, and usually when we get to the end of a previous update, the next one gets announced pretty soon after. So I'm actually expecting some Animal Crossing news at E3, which I think. Do you happen to know when it is, Sergio or Nina? I think it was like June 12th or
I
something.
think it's around then. Yes, the 12th.
Yeah, I feel like it
Yeah.
always happens during my Harry Potter camp. So that
Oh,
sounds
yeah.
right to me.
Then yeah, it's happening. Yeah, I just took a look. It looks like it's going to be a weekend type of thing this time around. Saturday,
Oh,
June
wow.
12th to Tuesday, June 15th.
Okay.
So,
Interesting.
yeah, typically they do it during the week, but I guess they're doing it during the weekend since it's going to be an online
good.
presentation this time. We don't quite know how they're handling this whole thing, so it'll just be a lot of discovery, but typically what's already been confirmed is Nintendo will be there, and when Nintendo is there, they do have a direct, so expect all the big news there. And I don't know, I'm actually feeling pretty hyped for this year's. There's nothing basically on the rest of the year's calendar for Nintendo outside of the Pokemon Gen 4 remakes. So it should be a lot of news. I expect a lot of Zelda, to be honest with you. But I just figured out what the next Animal Crossing update's going to be. It's
What?
going to be Zelda characters.
Ooh.
Ah.
They brought back Sanrio
Yeah.
for that last one.
All those
you know, and
Nintendo
since
characters.
yeah, now it's time for Epona to move in.
Yeah.
Wolflink, Medley,
Mhm.
Ganon.
Mhm.
So I'm kind of expecting that to be the update based on it being the 35th anniversary of Zelda and them already doing something for Mario.
That would be
So,
amazing.
and you know, it seems like a safe pick at this point, seeing as they've been there with updates of new characters with the Sanrio one.
Yeah.
So
Oh, it'd be
Yeah.
so cool if we got a Pokemon Snap DLC too.
oh yeah. I will say there's usually some Pokemon news around this time as well.
Yeah. Yeah.
So expect there to be tons of updates over the next month. We will keep bringing this show in as full a capacity as we can. I know these last couple have been a little short, not too much shorter though. So
Yeah.
hopefully you're all having fun with the show, having fun with the game, and yeah, I guess we'll just see where it goes from here. All right, everybody. Well, thank you so much for tuning in to this episode of Haken, an Animal Crossing podcast. Don't want the episode to end? Well, you can keep the conversation going by Nintendo switching over to our Discord. Just follow the link in the description, and you can talk with other people who love Animal Crossing as much as you do, including Sergio, Nina, and me. Want to support the show in a bigger way and get your voice heard during the show? Visit patreon.com/ChuiPlaysNintendo. You can support our show with just $1, get special access to a secret room on Discord, join in on the Haken Islander Corner, and even read a monthly newsletter covering all things Haken and Chuy Plays. We really appreciate the support and put your money towards some great things on the show. Tuned in on YouTube, the comments are a great place to let us know your answers to the Haken Islander Corner. Answer any of the questions we discussed on the show today. If you dig what you hear, please KK slide over to that review section on your platform of choice. Let people know what they're missing out on. Haken is a Wild production brought to you by Chuy, Sergio, Nina, and all of our patrons. We thank you for listening, and we hope you have a great week.
Goodbye, everybody.
See you all next time.